Ahoy! Today we're talking about a few SMITE teasers that have come out today. Some very interesting information regarding Season 8 that I wanted to look at, and then also some other interesting stuff that may be at least interesting for some of you. So the first part that here is just basically a confirmation of the new starters once again. We have a post here from Pantheon that shows us Bluestone Pendant with its new card art here, or a new design. And what you can see here, what I thought was very interesting, is that there are these orange outlines, which I think indicate that this is like a tier 1 version, and these colors will probably change in the upgraded versions, because normally items don't have these like patterns around them, and I think that will be how these new tier 1 starters and higher versions are separated. So it's gonna be interesting if it's actually gonna be an effective item for Sambu Kong still, but yeah. I want to show that it's now officially confirmed from HiRez, so well, we kind of knew it already from the data mining anyways. Along with that, there is also a confirmation of the new Pantheon that's coming to SMITE in Season 8. And if you're wondering what this is, look at this picture. Pretty similar, hey? It's very likely, very likely that this is the Mesopotamian Pantheon based on the next god. I'm not going to say the next god's name here in case you don't know yet and you haven't watched any data mining or something like that. You can look up my data mining videos otherwise and you'll find out what it is. But what's more interesting here, some people on Reddit have pointed out that there's a background here where we can actually see a building which seems to be matching the build style that you'd expect from the Mesopotamian Pantheon, or from the Mesopotamian people. And this could be, possibly, a new Conquest map. This could be teasing the new Conquest map. Because I don't really know. It's not something that's currently in the game. It could be an art that they just made specifically for this. Or it could be a very sneaky way to tease the first things. I'm not sure. Because I feel like it would be a bit odd to make the theme of the map just based on a Pantheon that just came into the game. It could possibly be that the map will include aspects from like all Pantheons, and that's why we see a little bit of every Pantheon in the map, and that's why they have this little thing here. But I don't know. Ultimately, we'll have to wait and see if that's actually the case, or if it's just, you know, visual fluff. But it's very interesting. I wonder how that would work out. Like, my biggest hope, my biggest wish is that the Conquest map will be bright, because I don't like dark maps. I think they always look dull after a while. I'm not sure if we're getting that here, because the background color palette as a whole seems to be very muted. So if this is the new sky, it might actually be a lot brighter than it looks here, especially since there's also these yellow tones. It's hard to judge. I mean, I doubt we're going to get a day and night cycle, but yeah, the exact details are yet to be determined, I would say. That's definitely something that's interesting, and I wonder if it's really a teaser. I wonder if it's like a big thing that they just wanted to sneak in there, or if it's just a random coincidence. And then last but not least, I wanted to show you guys something else. This is not from HiRez or anything, but I got contacted by Chris Koss, who has been working on a series has been working through all of December basically on a series to test out which guards get priority in collisions. So for example, if a Tyr dashes and a Hercules dashes, who would get priority, who would get the CC applied and everything else. And this is basically a massive list here, as you can see. And he explains how to read this all and everything, so you can check that out in his video. And then also a lot of examples just shown in game, where he just tests the dashes against each other. And there are some that are very unexpected. So, for example, one that he mentioned was, I think, Fenrir Leap versus Kuzenbo's push actually results in Kuzenbo pushing away Fenrir before he can land, because the stun only applies after he lands, things like that. So really cool. Ganesh also had some really weird stuff where he knocks off people where you really would think that doesn't happen. So that's worth checking out. I will leave the link down below if you're interested in this like in-depth mechanic stuff. And yeah, it was a massive amount of work for him. I know that. So yeah, I'd appreciate it if you could show some support, since this is definitely not easy to make. And he made it all by himself. He made it on his PC and his console at the same time and just tested it against each other. So it's a whole lot of timing going into it as well. And yeah, a whole lot of work. And that's it for this video. That's all I had to talk about for now. Maybe more later. With that, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope to see you for the next one soon. Geek Sloth, out.